All right. Sorry about that, folks. If you're watching us live, my power went out. I'm giving a great philosophical thought on Backlash, on the main event
Bad
probably of Bad Bunny, and then my power goes out. It is raining here. You can't hear it, obviously. You can't see it, obviously. But it's
raining here too.
In Atlanta, the swamps of Atlanta. It's raining.
It's raining, man.
It's raining men, and one of those men ran into a power line, and now they're dead, and the power line's down. Yeah, we're back. We're back now. Power's back. Took a little bit, but we appreciate you standing by. We should probably tweet out that we're back. Now that I think about it.
Probably a you problem. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I hate myself too. Yeah, we are back. We are back. I'm gonna act like I know what I'm doing now. We're gonna talk about New Japan Professional Wrestling. We got a few shows to review, and then we got Wrestling Dontaku to preview as well, which should be an exciting show. Another big New Japan show. Feels like we have a lot of them lately, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, well, it is Golden Week, so we're gonna have a lot of those sort of big shows. But it feels I get what you're feeling. It feels like New Japan is like really on top of things and really pushing it. Because if it's not New Japan proper, it's strong. You know what I mean? It is. They are running a lot of events. It feels like.
Yeah. Not a bad thing.
Not a bad thing at all. I'll accept it. I'll take it.
I'm enjoying it. So it's not they are back to a level that I don't know if I won't say no one expected them to get to. Maybe I didn't expect them to get to just by being New Japan proper.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of just doing it with their roster, and that's nice to see.
Yeah, and I'm excited about it. And we got a lot of shit to talk about. We got 5 matches to talk about. We got a whole ass show to preview, and then a whole ass 2 tournaments to talk about. So let's get into it, folks. Let's start off with Road to Wrestling Dontaku, Night 6. I think this was the final night of the tour, I believe.
No, the tour's still going.
I don't pay attention. In Hiroshima, Japan.
Not like the last night of the tour, but it was. 3
matches here that I thought were of note. This was the Tetsuya Naito defeats Doki. The Intergalactic Jet Setters, the team of Kevin Knight and Kushida, defeat Catch 2-2 to win the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team title. And then we have Hiromu Takahashi defeats Yoshinobu Kanemaru to retain the IWGP Junior Heavyweight title. What do you think of these 3 matches, Scotty?
Thought Naito versus Doki was fine. Nothing.
I thought it was pretty good.
Extravagant.
There's nothing extravagant, but I thought it was pretty good. I always like a good crazy ass Doki contest.
You love a little Doki.
I love a little
the Doki Choki.
I love a little Doki Choki in the morning. Have a cigarette afterwards. Wait, what are we talking about?
Whoa. Hey, hey now. You keep that between you and whoever. You keep you and the Doki Choki away from me. Yeah, I thought it was fine. I mean, it for me, it's always hard to get into some Naito matches when I just know it's like not gonna be outstanding. Because like for me at this point, it's like unless he's going against or going in like a main event type match, I'm not gonna get the best Naito, which is fine. He's has no knees at this point, so why would I expect that? It was. I thought Doki did a good job though, which is always important.
Yeah, I'm always down for good old Doke.
Little Doke,
old Doke action. I think we gotta talk about the 2 big old title matches. I really liked the IWGP Junior Heavyweight title match. I thought it was really good. I really loved the IWGP Junior Heavyweight title match. I didn't think it was the best one, but I love.
You say Junior Heavyweight or Junior Tag?
Junior Heavyweight. Well, okay. I really liked the Junior Heavyweight. I really loved the Junior Heavyweight title. I see what you're saying now. I just said Junior Heavyweight twice, didn't I?
I was like, oh, hang on.
Catch 2-2, Kevin Knight, Kushida. Yeah. I thought that match was really good. I liked the opening action with Kushida and TJP.
A little while.
So it felt like it took a little while to get into
click.
it. Yeah. Hiromu
It was
Takahashi and
good.
Kanemaru, it also was super. I mean, it was 31 minutes, but it felt like to me that it wasn't. It felt like it was flying by.
Oh, it was so good.
Despite like like the periods where like Hiromu's on the outside selling his leg, it still felt like it was flying by. Hiromu did great. Kanemaru is just he's so perfect in like that the 30-minute match style that like I never thought like where was he in peak Okada era? Where is he? I guess he was in Noah. But where is like god damn like this sort of like 30-minute match style like Kanemaru just like perfectly like placed everything in this match to be set up perfectly in each thing and just keep going and then selling the leg. Hiromu did a great job with that. It just everything worked perfectly. That match was so good. I love that match. I really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah. For me, it's like I thought it was great too. I was shocked to learn it was 31 minutes.
Me
I
too.
saw someone tweet like, "Oh, I can't believe they went 31 minutes." I was like,
Excuse me?
"They did." I was like, I did not feel that way. Uh, so this match was the final realization I needed to what Hiromu is now.
Mm-hmm.
His new style is essentially make his opponent look like $1 million. Right? Let his opponent do a lot of the work, let him sell it, and let him take it,
Yeah.
and then he'll get to his stuff. Right? He's not going to do he's not going to be at the level of Junior he was before all the injuries
Yeah.
athletically. So what he's going to do is make his opponents look better,
Mm-hmm.
even if that hurts him in some ways, if that makes sense. Like this was like the Yoshinobu Kanemaru show.
Yeah.
That's what this match
That's
was.
yes, that's
And I
fair.
thought that was the same idea for the Leo Rush match. That was the Leo Rush show, right? With Hiromu playing supporting supporting actor.
Mm-hmm.
He happens to win the matches. But I think you leave the matches saying, wow, that was Kanemaru was great, right? Leo Rush was great. And it leaves you excited now for the best of Super Juniors for both of them. This was the match that it connected for me because I thought Hiromu did such a great job at selling the leg, and we could talk about selling and stuff like that all the time, but
Yeah.
Kanemaru was such a master, and I remember watching him in Best of Super Juniors last year against I think it was Hiromu, where he just destroyed his leg. I think he beat him. I think Kanemaru actually beat Hiromu. And I just remember it being like so entertaining because that's all he does. Right? Like that is his goal. They had the great near fall, right? Where he has his legs and Hiromu like pops up
Mm-hmm.
and he crosses them for another close call.
Yeah.
I thought that was awesome. That really got me when I was watching it. I was like, I never thought for a second Kanemaru was winning this match. Yet they got me at that moment. And I thought that was excellent. Just a great title match. And it excites me for what's to come in the best of Super Juniors. Like, if you needed a way to hype you for the best of Super Juniors, these two matches were perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a perfect back-to-back schmaz fest of like this is everything right now we have to offer, plus more. Plus a lot more to come down the pipe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Catch 2 had a great match as well. And I think Catch 2
course
are like a fantastic tag team. I love those guys. I love seeing them wrestle. This is like the 5th match I've seen from them where it's just great. And Kevin Knight, I think Kevin Knight showed out. I think Kushida did a very solid job.
Kushida's getting back.
Kushida's getting back. He's not there yet, but he's getting back.
I watched this and I was like, there he is.
There were signs. There were signs of him.
Yeah.
It's interesting. They paired him up with a guy that feels like he is. You know what's interesting about this team of Kevin Knight and Kushida? It is like a guy had in Kevin Knight that is still learning, still not the best in his craft, right? But has like the confidence out the wazoo. Kushida, best in his craft, feels like he has zero confidence. Feels like he's in the ring, and
it's true though.
And now it's like they are basically morphing together and trying to help each other become better wrestlers, which is a great tag team right there, baby.
It is. I think like the opening of that match with Kushida and TJP
Yeah.
was so good, and I was like, man, this guy has it in him. He just hasn't been around to do it, right? Like a lot of his matches are coming in the US in tag team matches, right? He's teaming with the Motor City Machine Guns majority of the time, which is kind of funny.
Yep.
Um, or he's just having like these random singles matches, and he's doing a lot of training too.
Mhm.
The best of the Super Juniors by the end of it, we're gonna have full Kushida back. Like I firmly believe that.
Yeah,
Um,
you and I talk about it all the time. A tournament, especially a round robin tournament like that, can give someone so much more stuff, and I think hopefully it will give Kushida a lot more because he wasn't
and we're
in the last year's Best of Super Juniors, if I'm not
no,
mistaken.
no, he came back
Like
like right after.
right after it.
He could have been in it. He just wasn't. And I think we've all been waiting for this.
Yeah.
And with how the blocks turn out, which we'll talk about, he has a lot of his former rivals to bring the best out of him,
Hmm.
which is really exciting. And I'm so happy Kevin Knight's in. Like
Yeah, me too.
Kevin Knight, he's so good already,
Yeah.
right? For a young, he's still pretty much a young lion, but now he's a champion.
I was about to say, not. I would say definitely not a young lion right now. Now he's champion.
No, whatever he is. He graduated
Yeah,
though?
I would say he's graduated. He's a champion. He's graduated. He is not only that, but he is the
I don't know
first.
that how it officially works, to be fair.
Fair enough. The
Clark
fact,
Connors was in gear for like 3 months before they're like, or like a year before they're like, yeah, he's ready to go.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
I think that I think he graduated like sometime formally with like non-black trunk gear, like in the junior tag league. I think last year.
I thought that was just to make him look more fitting. to
That
be with
probably
Kushida.
was part of it. Not only that, but he is the first LA Dojo graduate to win a champion.
Yeah.
The first of this Shibata run, LA Dojo, to win a championship, and that I think is very interesting. A very interesting to watch is
Eddie
that
Thorpe.
who, uh, uh, he's obviously not the first, but the fact that he has gotten a championship and he's gotten this level of push, obviously teaming up with Kushida helps, but and obviously Clark Connors is getting a push right now as well. I imagine the B block is going to do great. It really goes to show that like, okay, there is something here, and it's not just that the LA Dojo shooting for him. It feels like the New Japan office proper is really high on Kevin Knight as well, which makes me very excited. Makes me very excited to see where Kevin Knight can go from here.
Yeah, Kevin Knight feels like a lock for a future junior heavyweight champion at
Yeah,
this point,
it feels like
which is
the
awesome.
Kushida training him up to that.
Yeah, which Kushida being his like the guy that he's learning from is crazy to me,
Hmm.
right? Because this is a guy whose athleticism is like untouchable,
Yeah.
and if he's able to add like the technical side that Kushida brings,
Hmm.
I mean, come on, man. But I'm excited that he got in, and I thought this match was good. I liked the title change. I didn't expect it, so
Me neither.
that was cool to see.
I like the accidental blood from TJP. Just all over the place, bleeding all over the place. That looked great. There's something about him, Kyle Fletcher. There's something about just accidental blood that like unlocks the dog in a lot of these guys, and it's just like
TJP's good.
holy shit. That was really good stuff, and I really love the Hiromu Kanemaru match. I thought it was so good.
Yeah, this was a really good show. You want to talk about Best Super Juniors now? Then they announced it on the show.
Sure, we can do that.
This is the all junior show plus Naito.
Yeah. Well, we got Doki on there, so it works.
Doki Choki.
So the Best of Super Juniors 30 lineup, the 30th Best of Super Juniors. We have in the A block, we have Kushida. Should we do what? How should we do this? Should we do one by one? Should we do block by block? How do you want to give
Block by block?
Okay. So A block, we have Kushida, Taguchi, Leo Rush, Doki, Hiromu Takahashi, Teton, TJP, Taiji Shimori, Sho, and Impact's Speedball, Mike Bailey.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
It's interesting. It's really shocking to me they put Kushida, Hiromu, and Ishimori in one block.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you try to separate one of them,
He's
especially because of what the other block is, which is a lot of what if, not what ifs, but like let's try something here,
yeah,
almost.
yeah. He's also beaten a lot of these guys, which is interesting. Which
Yeah,
I mean, I don't think I think there's a good shot that the winner of this tournament is going to beat Hiromu for the title, which
mhm,
we'll talk about when it comes to B block, I guess.
yeah,
Um, but he's beaten a lot of these guys. So even if the winner of this doesn't win at Dominion,
sure.
who's going to get wins over Hiromu? That's gonna be interesting to
I
watch.
I'm guessing Kushida probably.
Hmm.
Um, I think that's the interesting thing to me too. It's like the first time Kushida and Hiromu are wrestling each other
Yeah,
1-on-1 isn't a title match. Like you're just giving it away
yeah,
almost. That's shocking
yeah.
because that's like the biggest junior feud they've had
Hmm.
in since like Liger in a
Yeah,
lot of ways, right? Like when Liger was at his top. Um, but Speedball obviously is one of the more exciting additions, right? We knew there'd be an Impact guy.
yes,
Um, I'm a little upset Ace and Bay didn't get in here. I knew they wouldn't because they were tag champs, but I
hmm.
had a little hope still. But
Can we
I'm
do a
not going to
bit?
sit here and complain about Speedball.
Can we do a bit that I
Mhm.
think might be interesting?
Yeah, let's do a bit.
Let us rank in terms of excitement A
Ooh,
block. Who are we most
uh,
excited, and then all the way down to least excited to watch?
yeah, okay, yeah.
So what are we thinking? Are we doing this individually, or let's do this as a group project?
I'd have Leo Rush at the top.
Yeah, I think Leo Rush is number one for me. I think him versus Kushida. I mean, we always heard him versus Hiromu. There's something about, and I'm a stand for him. There's something about Leo Rush versus Doki that I'm very excited about.
Mm.
I think there's
Leo
that.
Rush versus Teton.
Oh man, baby! And I think Leo Rush versus Mike Bailey. The actual cards for this tournament is coming on Wednesday
Wrestling Teton.
for during Dontaku. I imagine Leo Rush and Mike Bailey is gonna be match number one, either that or like Leo Rush versus TJP. Um, yeah, I'm excited for. I think Leo Rush has like a lot of webs that he has a very exciting standout to see.
Yeah.
Number two, I think for me, it's Mike Bailey. I think in a similar
Yeah.
way, I'm just excited to see how he fits in this. Obviously, he was in Japan for a very long time, so he has. I don't think he's wrestled any. Well, he might have wrestled Ishimori now that I think about it. Um, Ishimori, Leo Rush, TJP are probably the only guys he's wrestled here. Um, and so I think I'm very excited to see what he can do in this block. I think he's a really good wrestler, and I think I don't want a lot of like standard Mike Bailey matches, but I'm hoping we get some very interesting stuff here.
I don't think he can have standard Mike Bailey matches. This is a tournament. You gotta have to change it up, right?
Yeah,
We're gonna see you wrestle what 9 times. You can't just do the same old
hmm.
this time around. I think he knows that, but he's definitely he's number 2 for sure.
Number three. What are you thinking?
Maybe we'll go
Kushida,
Teton
Teton, Teton,
because
Teton.
Teton's got Mike Bailey, Ishimori, Takahashi, Leo Rush, Kushida, him and Doki. That's gonna be great.
Yeah. Oh,
Like they're
and
just gonna
and
do shit.
and Teton versus Hiromu, Lij member.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I think those three, and then you kind of look at for me, it goes those three, and then the three junior aces.
Kushida, Hiromu, and Ishimori
Yeah.
in that order.
Yeah, because I want to see what Kushida can do.
Hmm.
Hiromu's the champ, so he's always there, and Ishimori, if he tries, it'll be good. But
I
yeah,
think personally, I would probably put. I don't know. Ishimori, I'm still like I don't know about, man. Like I'm
I'm
excited.
still out on Ishimori, so like,
Yeah, that's where I'm like Hiromu. I would probably do Kushida fourth, Hiromu fifth, Ishimori. I don't know. I look at Doki and TJP, and I'm like,
yeah,
I feel like I'm more excited for Doki and TJP than I am for
I think
Ishimori.
you're definitely right there. And then Taguchi's dead last.
Taguchi, I don't give a shit about. Show, I just don't want him to do the fucking. You have Taguchi in this block.
If Showed wrestled, I'd be really excited.
But that's what I'm saying. Taguchi's in this block. You already have the night off guy in Taguchi. Don't have two night off guys of Show and Taguchi. I understand the rest of this block is going to be off the walls crazy action, but let's add show into that too. Let's add show. Now
Yeah.
that being said, if it's going to be 2 nights off, of nonsense with show and Taguchi. That being said, if that's what they're going to do for this tournament, I am excited to see Taguchi versus Show wrestle each other because just for a fun little chaotic what the fuck
They
is
are
happening.
funny. The one thing I'll say about Show,
Mhm.
he's a funny fucker. Like he's a funny wrestler.
Yeah.
He actually makes me laugh when he does things, and he's actually really good. He just obviously the character
Yeah.
that he plays to let him do that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. No.
if he wanted to go out there at least one night and
Mhm.
just go all out, it would make me very happy.
Same. But yeah. Any thoughts? Give me 2 potential winners for Block A.
I'm gonna go Kushida and Ishimori.
That's
This is
solid.
New Japan after all.
That's
they,
solid.
they don't break away from the classics when it comes to this tournament.
I'm gonna say Kushida and I'm gonna say Kushida and Leo Rush.
I hope so. I hope you're right.
Yeah,
Those would be those. If I had like a favoritism picks, those would be my 2.
that's fair.
'Cause trust me, would
Ishimori is
not be
always third outside pick there.
Yeah, Ishimori just exists.
Yeah.
So by default, he's like Hiromu every year,
hmm
right? Hiromu's champion now, so now he's the guy that's like, well, it wouldn't be shocking if he won.
Yeah, but we'll.
It's also 40, I learned, which is crazy.
Ishimori is 40. Well, maybe that explains why he's slowed down. Slowed down a lot. That makes more sense. All right. And then we have on block B, El Desperado.
What a wild block.
A wild, interesting block. A block for me is 100% like the action block, like most tournaments, round robin tournaments.
B block excites me.
B block is interesting, where it's like a lot of like, all right, okay, I think I can get into this, and there's a lot of potential. I think B block has a lot of potential. But let's talk about
There's
it.
only one person I'm not interested in
Okay.
B block.
Well, we'll talk about it.
That's Bushi.
That's fair.
Everyone else has my interest.
Let's say B block, El Desperado, Yo, Master Wato, Kevin Knight, Yoshinobu Kanemaru, Bushi, Robbie Eagles, Francisco Akira, Dan Maloney, and Clark Connors. Kevin Knight making his debut, Clark Connors making his return from last year, Francisco Akira is in here, Dan Maloney making his New Japan technically proper. I mean, he wrestled the Royal Quest show. That's what it's called. He wrestled the Royal Quest shows, and since then he's become a United Empire faction member. So that versus Akira seems very interesting to me. But what did you think about Block B here, Scotty?
Did Ace Austin say no?
I think Scott D'Amore. Yeah. I think Scott D'Amore said no. I think Scott D'Amore said, can't do it right now."
I'm not gonna lie to anyone. I don't know who Dan Maloney. Like, I know who Dan Maloney is, but I've actually never seen him wrestle. I said this to you the other day.
Yeah,
like I've watched shows where he's wrestled. I've just never watched him.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's a big spot for him. I've seen a lot of people happy for him on socials. That being said, it's hard for me to really be intrigued when I have no idea what he's capable of.
He is,
and there's so many other things here that I'm more interested in.
Yeah, he is very interesting. Dan Maloney is a guy that he's a Rev Pro guy. He has benefited, like Kyle Fletcher, like a lot of other Rev Pro people. He benefited a lot from the pandemic shutdown, and they, like every other Rev Pro wrestler, came out of it like way better. I've seen a lot of really good matches from him. He had a really good match against Michael Oku a couple months ago. I haven't seen it yet, but the show at Revolution Rumble for Rev Pro, That was the show where he joined United Empire, and that's you can do that as a preview. That was the opening match in Revolution Rumble: Dan Maloney versus Francisco Akira. So you can get a little bit of that Bosch preview with Dan Maloney. He's a little bit of like a power guy, so he's like a different junior dynamic. It's also interesting that we have now 3 juniors in United Empire. But yeah, no, I think he adds a different dynamic to the faction. He's a little bit of a power guy, so he's a guy that can easily bump up to heavyweight. He's like a Shingo-esque, where it's like, oh, he can bump up if he just ate a bunch of food for like a week. I think he's got a lot of potential. I think this is a long overdue sort of thing for him to break out. And I think you'll enjoy him. I think he will definitely shock a lot of people or surprise a lot of people. Be like, oh, I don't know who this guy is, but I think he's going to make a lot of fans.
Good to know. That's good to know.
Yeah, and I definitely want, knowing that as well, that he's in here. I definitely I want to make a more effort to watch that Revolution Rumble match.
What I will say about this block, and I guess this will kind of kick off the excitement part for me.
The excitometer.
Yeah, I think El Desperado is just gonna have a sensational tournament. Like,
yeah,
he can get the best out of every single one of these guys.
Agreed. I think El Desperado is gonna be the ace of the B block easily. I think
he was the ace of the tournament last year.
That's true. That is true. I'm excited to see what Clark Connors does. I think this is a big spot for him. I think there's a good chance he gets a big old push in this tournament.
Yeah, I could see him get down to that final night in contention, maybe even win the block. And deservedly so. I think he's obviously excellent. He's really shined when he's gotten the chances to. What's him and Ishimori as the 2 Bullet Club guys? I know Show's technically in Bullet Club, but is he really? So like big spot, obviously, as one of the Bullet Club juniors, and with the new mindset of what David Finley's Bullet Club is, I think it'll benefit Clark Connors. I think him and Desperado could be a block stealer in terms of quality if they go to the viciousness. I think they could. I also think he has a lot of interesting matchups that can get the best out of him and really kind of give us a look at what the final product is for Clark Connors.
Agreed.
Unlike last year, where he didn't really click until halfway. I thought. I think he can click really early on here. I will say Dan Maloney for me is an interesting spot because he can either be last year's Yuta, who I don't think was as good as people hoped for.
Yeah, he was fine.
Or he can, kind of just stand out, and really do what Ace Austin did for a lot of people last year, which was put his name on the map as one of the better guys.
Yeah.
So I'm hopeful for him.
He has.
I have Desperado and Connors in my top 2 in terms of excitement.
I think Desperado, Connors. I would say Eagles as 3rd. We're not talking about Eagles here. I mean, Eagles, fantastic wrestler.
I know I'm lower on Eagles than most people.
Really?
But I just he's very technical, and
that's fair.
That's give or take on certain people's technical styles.
I think it's, for me, Despy, Clark, and then do you want to do Eagles next or Kevin Knight next? That's the other guy I'm excited about.
I would do Kevin Knight because I think by the end of this, Kevin Knight's going to be like, he's just going to be that guy.
Then do Kevin Knight, maybe Eagles. I mean, and after that, I had no idea. Kanemaru is a lot higher than I think now after that title match.
Kanemaru and Desperado is going to be fantastic, actually.
Yeah.
Right? Former tag team. Now going head to head, different factions.
Yeah.
That could be your match of the block.
Maybe. I'm looking.
I think
I'm looking at who Despy versus anybody else. That's what I'm looking at. Like, okay, hold on. Let's see.
Despy and Robbie Eagles, obviously. Despy and Akira is interesting.
Yeah.
Because I think Akira has really just stood out over the past year. Right after his breakout, more so I think came after the best of the Super Juniors, right, with Catch
Yeah.
2-2.
Yes.
And now heading into the tournament, I feel like he has that momentum that he can really turn it up. I just feel like he's been around now, so it's like he's not as exciting as some others.
Yeah.
I'm because of his performance at Wrestle Kingdom,
Mm-hmm.
Master Wato has my attention. The Grand Master
The
has
Grandmaster
my
Wato.
attention. I think if there was ever a year for him to stand out, it's this time around.
I think this block, to go along with what you're saying, there are a lot of this block is full of potential. It should really be the P block, um, because there are a lot of people in this block that could easily either fall by the wayside or stand out. Dan
Yeah.
Maloney, Clark Connors, Kevin Knight, I'd say Akira even, and Master Wato. I think all have this potential to really Yo to an argument. I think all have.
We know what Yo is now.
Yeah. They
Though
all have
Yo, based off of his stuff with Leo Rush, could be better this year too.
Exactly. I think there's a lot of potential, and these guys can really make the most of this tournament, make the most of their time. And I would love for all of these guys to just be like, let's go. Let's go out and kill it every single night, and let's make B block the better block. And just showcase like all the potential we have. Because this is
they're hungry. It's the hungry block.
I want this block to be hungry. I want this block to be scrappy. I want these people to be fighting all over the place. I think this block has the potential to be that.
I have Desperado winning it, by the way.
Yeah, so Desperado is your guy winning this entire tournament, or just this block? And then who are your two guys? Despy and I imagine someone else?
Despy, and let me look again. Despy for sure. I don't think Robbie Eagles wins.
I think Despy.
He just had the title match.
I think Despy Clark Connors.
Yeah, that's a good one. I'd say maybe Despy, and I don't think they're afraid to go with Yo. I think we've seen that, right? He's made the finals before.
That's true. And he had the tournament last year, which was good run, and then just fell apart or something, right? At the end?
Yeah. And the year before that, he couldn't win, and then he put it all together to get to the finals.
So this could be, to continue that storyline, this could be the tournament. It could be Yo just dominates and wins.
Though this is for a Dominion match.
Yep.
So it's probably going to be Desperado or Kushida or Ishimori against Hiromu.
Possibly.
Because they can't help themselves. Though it's been a while since we've done Desperado and Hiromu. So
that's true.
And Desperado hasn't won yet. He hasn't won the best of Super Junior.
No, he has not. He has been in it for 7 times.
I don't know who wins the turn.
Yeah, so who are your two?
Probably the veteran on the A side.
Who were your two? You had Despy and who was it on B
Kushida.
side? Kushida.
No, Ishimori.
On the B block?
Oh, in the B block? I think I said Yo.
Yo. So let's talk about that. So you have Kushida, Despy, Yo, and Ishimori. I got Despy, Clark, Rush, and Kushida. Of the 4 you picked, who's winning? And facing Hiromu and possibly beating Hiromu at Dominion.
People are gonna hate this. I hate this.
You're gonna say Ishimori.
I'm gonna go with Ishimori. Just in here, and you have to bring this into account.
Mm-hmm.
Who has won the last? How many? Right? It's been Hiromu.
Hiromu's won the last 3.
Yeah. So, if you see where I'm coming from, they like to go with the vet, right? And the only reason I'm not picking Kushida to win is because he just won a belt.
That's fair. A tag belt, no less.
Yeah. So he could still obviously win. No Lindemann either, by the way. A little upset about that.
No Lindemann, no AEW guy.
Yeah, the AEW thing's weird to
yeah.
AEW/Ring of Honor. Because, like, you can't tell me Tony needs everyone.
Yeah, the argument for the G1 last year was everyone's injured over the summer. We can't lose anybody.
Yeah.
Also, you're building a Forbidden Door show. Why not put an AEW guy on the show? Maybe have him feud with a guy.
Like, listen, I understand why you wouldn't put a Darby, right? I understand why you wouldn't put a Sammy Guevara. Not only because they're in title feuds, but because they're not seen as juniors, right?
Yeah.
They're seen as world title contenders. I understand that. That's why, like, when people once upon a time were saying Darby, I was like, never gonna happen. But why can't you put like one of your smaller guys that you just have signed in here? Now, if they gave me Kip Sabian, I would have said, never mind, no thanks, never mind, go back.
I was doing the classic bit of looking at the AEW roster and saying, oh, who could be in there? Want to do that quick bit real quick? Aaron Solo, no. Action Andretti, eventually maybe.
They don't have a lot of.
No.
They don't have a lot of juniors. I just went through the whole thing. They don't have a lot of junior reps.
Angelico, no, maybe Angelico be interesting, but no. Angela Parker, no. Ari Daivari, no. Bandito, yes. Get him back in. He's been in it before.
Well, AAA hurts us.
Well, yeah, he's been in it before, but that was when he was in CMLL. Brian Pillman Jr., no. Brock Henderson, no. Buddy Matthews, too big probably.
You think?
Too big on the juice. Daniel Garcia.
They probably don't want him to be seen as a junior either.
I don't give a shit.
But they do. That's the thing. That's the problem.
You had Yuta in here. I mean, why not?
I would have sent Darius Martin. The moment that Dante got hurt, I would have just sent him.
That's not a bad idea. That's legitimately not a bad idea. I don't know if he'll get over in Japan, but
I don't give a shit.
Let
him just get seasoned.
I think that's a good idea.
Wheeler didn't, and look at Wheeler now.
That's true.
He just got punked ass by Shibata, but look at him now.
I think Daniel Garcia is a solid pick. I think you're right, Darius Martin. I think that would have been a good idea. Griff Garcia's injured.
Then
Commander, AAA. John Silver, too beefy also.
Lee Moriarty. You can't sit here and tell me they think he's a heavyweight. They barely do anything with it. Lee Johnson, Shoddy Lee.
No, not Shoddy Lee. Lee Moriarty is a solid pick. Honestly, I think Lee Moriarty is a very, very solid pick to send over. I don't know why.
I was going to say Matt Sydal, that I remember. I'm pretty sure he can't go to Japan. So never mind.
Yikes. Yikes. Mr. Brody Lee Jr., why not? Orange, no. Pac would be wild, but no.
Would have been amazing. He would have had to win.
Yeah. Roderick Strong. Send to Roderick Strong. Ricky Starks, no. Roddy, no. Scorpio Sky, he's not doing anything. Send him. He's probably too big.
No. I like the field better without Scorpio.
Serpentico.
Tony Nese.
Serpentico, yes. Tony Nese, yes.
Tony Nese.
Trench, yes. Yeah.
I don't know how big he is.
Who Trench?
This is just no. I don't know how he is, but I think Mike Bennett would have done pretty.
Mike Bennett could have been interesting. I think there's the Ring of Honor stuff that I don't think he would have sent Mike Bennett. But you got, Darius and Dante. Darius.
Who gives a shit? Just record Mike Bennett segments for the next 3 weeks. You'll be fine.
That is true. If you're able to record, you might be able to. I don't know when the Universal taping is, but you might be able to do that beforehand, and then you have multiple weeks, and then you won't miss anyone for the Best of Super Juniors.
I think they're next weekend, so it would have been perfect.
Exactly.
It would have been do that, head over to Japan. I like Mike Bennett.
And kick Taguchi to the curb, Kick Taguchi to the curb.
Please. He's Yano. That's what he is now.
Yeah. Any other thoughts on Best of Super Juniors? I think the winner overall, will be I think Despy. I think it might be Despy.
I hope so.
Who do you think the winner is of the tournament?
Taiji Ishimori, because
yes.
I hate my life.
I forgot you already said that. We're running out of time, so I'm fast forwarding, as you can probably tell.
Yeah.
Satsumi no Kuni happened yesterday, Saturday. 2 title matches. IWGP Tag Team title match, Aussie Open versus TMDK, or Successful Defense. And then the KOPW title, Takagi style triad match. Taichi defeats Shingo Takagi to win.
To figure out what the hell that meant.
Oh no. Half an hour or 43 minutes. Taichi defeats Shingo to win the KOPW title. What do you think of these 2 matches?
Best TMDK's look since I don't know.
that match against Authors of Pain in NXT.
Probably. Yeah, I mean they look great. This was the first time like I walked away from a TMDK match like, oh, so they actually are good. Like the TMDK that I heard about, like when they came in WWE, oh, this is one of the best tag teams in the world. I was like, sure.
Yeah.
They were great. I thought Aussie Open obviously was great. Aussie Open. Kyle Fletcher, I'm gonna gush about this guy every time I can.
Please do. I love Kyle Fletcher.
Put this mother trucker in the G1 this year and just let it just let them go in. But especially him. Like
Yeah.
I don't want this guy to miss out on the G1. He's almost become as essential as anyone for me for the G1 this year.
Yeah.
Like more essential than bringing in an AEW guy or something, because I think he can shine in massive ways. These two have gotten so over.
I think after the New Japan Cup, that has helped Mark Davis immensely and has 100% throw both of these guys into the G1 for the love of God.
Like they have to. Like Kyle Fletcher, you talk about like the leg lariat kick thing that he does.
Mm-hmm.
He did it like 3 times in this match, and I loved it every time.
So good.
I was like, just keep doing it. Just keep spamming it. He is unbelievable. Get him in the damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
This is great. Aussie Open's the best tag team in the world. No questions asked.
Yeah, they're so good.
They're levels above the two tag teams I have to hear about every fucking day complain about one another. I'm so sick of it. Like, I'm getting so annoyed. I just want like someone to be like, "Hey, you guys aren't the best tag team in the world anymore. Who cares?"
I think
they could be if they wrestled. But
I think more people would be on board for the CM Punk return if Dax and Matt Coon were never friends.
It's so true. I mean, you're getting the CM Punk tour either way, so get used to it. But yeah, I think they hurt it more than anything else, right?
They at least like hurt a section of people that were like, "Shut the fuck up, man! I don't care. Shut up." You're in like, I don't know. Did you hear that Joe Lanza rant or read that rant that he read? He's just
I never heard it. I've heard about it.
Just the idea of like, he ranted really long. It was a really good rant about this idea of like, Dax. What the fuck is Dax talking about? Dave and Brian have finally defended themselves and said, we've never talked to the Bucks. The only person we've talked to about all this stuff is CM Punk. And here's Dax still comparing Brian Alvarez to his dog shit. And it's like, Dax, surely you know that Punk is talking to Dave and Brian. Why are you still dogging on them? Like, it's like, what are you doing, man?
It's like the weirdest character to have.
Yeah, it's just like the storyline stuff, and that's why I didn't really want to talk too much about like the CM Punk showing up at Raw, especially now that he showed up at Impact. This is just like he's doing shit on purpose. He's doing this on purpose. It's and then all the Dax stuff. It's probably all storylines down the line. But I also don't understand why we're doing all this storyline stuff, because they're not going to work with each other.
Can we the Impact one? Can we just like take a second, right?
Sure.
He went to see Mercedes Moné's New Japan debut, right?
Yeah.
Is it preposterous to think that Impact in Chicago, Illinois,
right down the road,
CM Punk, friends with Mercedes Moné, friends with Naomi, said, "You know what? I'm gonna go see Trinity's debut and then I'm gonna leave." Yeah. But is that insane? Oh, my favorite part is how mad people got that he took pictures with people.
How dare you take a picture of Ricky Morton and Jordan Grace?
Yeah, it's like, I don't know if you guys know this.
And he didn't tweet him out. He didn't tweet those pictures out.
No. I listen. I think the Raw thing was absolutely on purpose.
If
right?
anything, Ricky Morton took a mark pick with CM Punk.
Yeah, he did. He did. Like the CM Punk stuff, like everything with CM Punk's just like it's getting hyper analyzed. It's like let's look at this in the most and let's critique it no
Yeah.
matter what. Who gives a shit that he showed up to a wrestling show? I could care less. Guess what? Scorpio Sky has been to a lot of wrestling shows, people.
Ricky
you know?
Starks was at the fucking Royal Rumble in the middle of his Jericho push.
Yeah, but because it's CM Punk, we have to talk about it. Ricky Starks is on camera.
Yeah.
At one of these damn shows.
Yeah.
And guess what? No one cares. Did Ricky Starks get pushed down the card after that? Did he Ryan? No, he beat Chris Jericho on pay-per-view, and now he's gonna feud with Jay freaking White. I think he's gonna be okay. I think CM Punk showing up at Raw, and you made a good point. Let's not even talk about it because who cares? And then the Impact thing is, so we have to just note, we have to talk about it.
Yeah.
Because he showed up at 2 shows in 1 week that weren't AEW.
Yeah.
Oh well. Have you not been listening to the conversation? He can't show up at Dynamite. They're making a whole brand for him for a reason. Because he can't. He can't.
If I was Billy Corgan, I would run back Chicago real quick. Go, guys, quick, let's rush out. NWA collaborating time in freaking Chicago. Go, everybody.
Everyone just starts trying to book shows in Chicago. Oh my God, CM Punk might show up.
Why not? Who gives a shit?
Hey, we did that for pretty much a decade when he was out of wrestling, so why not?
That's true. That progress, it's clobbering time.
Now he's finally showing up to these wrestling shows and people are pissed. Yeah. What do you want him to do? You want him to stop showing up all of a sudden?
The whole problem with all this is that, both sides, the Elite and the Punk side, the Punk camp, the FTR camp, especially Dax, have created such a culture war after each other that we have to dive into every little thing imaginable. And I get it. Part of the Lanza rant from Voice of Wrestling this past Friday was about like the optics of it all. Like Punk knows what he's doing, sure, but that's my argument. He knows what he's doing, and the fact that he also showed an Impact, to me, it's just like, well, yeah, he's doing a bit. I mean, this is Punk. He's probably doing a storyline. I mean, fucking Bix even tweeted out about like, yeah, he's probably doing like the Summer of Punk thing, where he's like, oh, I'm at every other story except for Ring of Honor. Yeah, well, yeah, that's what he's doing here. It's just, I don't give a shit because that's just story. He's just doing story bits that like and making real life stuff. It's fine. I don't care. He's signed to AEW. It's not like he's gonna jump off to fucking WWE. It's not, if we're making arguments that, oh yeah, he's having conversations with Triple H and The Miz, people he's never been able to talk to before, which to me is a red flag. But even then, okay, he's doing some not press, but he's trying to see if there's any, oh, you might sign me, WWE, you might sign me, Triple H. He's not doing that with fucking Scott D'Amore. He's not doing that over at Impact. I don't know. The whole bit is stupid. The whole culture was dumb. I'm over it. Just return already so we can move past this. I don't want to see the tweet threads about it. I don't want to see anything about it. I'm over it. And I don't want to talk about it to begin with. But now I'm talking about it. My power went out, and I'm mad. Tai Chi versus Shingo was pretty good, too. I watched it this morning.
It was long. Tiring.
Yeah, I thought it was 30.
Way, I guess.
I thought it was 30 minutes, and it was 43, and I was like, "What? Excuse me?"
Yeah, they went for.
It was really good. Match. I thought it was really good, but
I did too. I liked the idea or the style of the match. Right, the match ends with Shingo just being too tired. Right, yeah. They went 43 minutes, and you felt every minute of that. I like Tai Chi winning too. KOPW has become a title I actually look forward to.
Mm-hmm. I still need to watch the Aaron Harari match. I still need to watch that. Yeah. If it's anything like the Okada Shingo match, there's something about me and Shingo matches where I just watch them months later.
Yeah, it's not like the Okada Shingo match. I'll tell you that right now. It's not. I would say it's overrated, but
there we go. Well, I'll be the judge of that, good sir.
You'll be the judge of that. Maybe you're a big Aaron Harari stan.
I'm gonna come out and do the just do the tribal dance, prepping myself up for Aaron Harari, doing the New Zealand rugby team dance. This match was good. Any other thoughts about this before we move on?
We can wrap the show up.
All right. Well, real quickly we're not going to talk about the Noah or the Stardom show, but they got a couple interesting matches. You know, the Mina Shirakawa is defending her title against Natsupoi. That's interesting. There's a lot of tag matches that make me really feel like it's going to be the number one contenders tournament or something. Noah show. Oh God, Noah, you're doing a show.
Go Shiozaki's back.
Go Shiozaki back, and that is the only thing you and I care about. I am so excited that Go Shiozaki back. Also, did you see that? I swear to God, angle they're doing in Noah with Kaito Kiyomiya and that woman that showed up in the ring?
Yeah, the fan, which didn't feel like a fan, it definitely felt like a plant. Yeah,
100% felt like a plant.
has to be, should be.
The
If it
things
wasn't,
the things that she was
use it
saying.
either way.
It's like, oh, save us, Kaito. You said you were gonna be strong in Noah. Bring back Noah strong. You know, it was like all this stuff. I was like, oh, this is a plant. They're doing an angle with Kaito Kiyomiya in a weird way. Don't know why. Don't know why we're doing an angle here, but we'll see.
Well,
see
I mean, I do because he's a geek.
Fair enough. New Japan Strong Women's Title One Night Tournament at Resurgence.
That's the thing.
Yeah, we gotta close out with this. So there's a new New Japan Women's Title. Why? I don't know.
Oh, I can tell you why, folks.
Hit me.
Let me talk to you.
Momo Kogo getting that push?
No. Momo Kogo getting that. Rossi said, I'm not letting anyone else lose to the AEW talent push. Because Momo Kogo is already our new Waka. So here you go. Have fun.
Yeah.
Why is this title being created, folks? My thought. They thought too much with the IWGP, right? They said in their mind, we'll defend this on the big US shows and stuff like that.
Pretty sure that was an explicit comment from the
it was. It'll be mostly defended on Stardom's biggest shows. Okay, check.
All right.
New Japan's big pay-per-views. Okay, check. And New Japan and America, New Japan strong shows, right?
Yeah.
That happened once. We got that once, right? Yeah.
Sure. We did.
Got that one.
We've
had all those things happen.
Mm-hmm. This is true.
However,
yeah,
I think they have over-delivered on that promise. I think.
You think?
I think there is the scenario here where now that this title is on a everyday Stardom wrestler in Mayu Iwatani, the fact of the matter is they aren't just sending her over anytime. And I think the IWGP letters mean more in Japan than they do in the United States as is. And I think they just over-delivered on that promise. So they said to themselves, okay, we have Mercedes Moné. And I do think there is still a reluctancy on the part of Rossi Agawa to really work with certain people in the US.
We got one person from that promotion.
Yeah, you got Momo Kogo. Congratulations.
Well, that's not who I meant, but that's not...
and I think the title has gone to a point now where it's like, okay, how do we draw now that we have Mercedes Moné under contract? Let's just make a title up, right? Give it to her, and that title can be defended against more of the Impacts and the AEWs and stuff like that, rather than the IWGP, which has kind of just become what the IWGP World Title is, right? It is the belt that is defended amongst the New Japan talent, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
That's why you have the never open weight, strong, whatever the fuck it's called, right? With Kenta / Fred Rosser / Tom Lawler. That kind of became a title you could defend against everyone, keep someone happy. This title is give it to Mercedes Moné. Have her flash the New Japan logo wherever she is. Have her be dominant, just chilling with it, and have her have a lot of matches because she is now your top billing on every New Japan US show. And that is more worth having than I think the IWGP titles for them moving forward, right? Because the IWGP World Heavyweight title, while it is a sell, it's not going to sell you as many tickets as Mercedes Moné will. That's just a matter of fact. Just a matter of fact for US fans. And you have this little tournament, which is obviously intriguing. For those who've never seen Stephanie Vercare,
I've never
she is
have.
excellent. She's awesome.
Do you have
Her
a
versus
match rec?
yeah, I would have to find the link. But there's actually a match she had earlier this year in CMLL, which is pretty solid. That is on YouTube that you can find. So, um, I forget who it was against, but I'll find it. She is definitely very good. I was very excited to see her on poster more than anyone else. Will Nightingale, obviously, she's
That's
someone that is very popular. Her versus Mercedes Moné will be really good.
Yeah,
Um,
Willow is very interesting because this is the first. I mean, it's it's New Japan Resurgence, and they've got one Stardom wrestler over here, but it's very interesting seeing an actual like AEW wrestler involved here now. Right, this is not really, especially a women's wrestler. We haven't really seen this yet, so I'm excited that
right,
it's Willow.
right, exactly. So it's obviously interesting, but I do think it comes down to. I think that's what it comes down to, right?
Hmm.
And truthfully, we'll wait and see what exactly this title becomes, but I do think it comes down to the IWGP not being in play as much for the US shows more than and as well as Mercedes Moné needing her more of a reason to be on these shows too.
And it's also the results can be interesting, right? I mean, Mercedes, known contract wise, has this show, and I think that's it. I think to the public knowledge, that's all we have with her left. So is she gonna win? I don't know. Who knows? What's gonna happen with this? I also just realized we didn't talk about wrestling Dontaku at all. Do you want to do that real quickly, or are we done?
Yeah, we probably should.
Yeah, didn't think about that at all. Wrestling
We
Dontaku
just do the title
happening.
matches.
Yeah, it's happening this Wednesday, May 3rd, 2023. 2023, the year's important. The cards of the best Super Juniors going to be announced, and they also have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 title matches. Strong openweight title match: Kenta versus Hikuleo. All right, I got nothing on this one. I'm not excited about watching Hikuleo and Kenta.
This is gonna stink.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. No, no. I'm not into it, folks. New Japan World TV title match: Zack Sabre Jr. versus Jeff Cobb. Youngin Jeff Cobb. Did they just, who announced that the New Japan World title, the IWGP Women's, who announced all this press release stuff? Like, none of it has come true. What is happening? What is happening with these little bits here? Am I getting pranked? Is this a Punk
35-year-old
35
Sabre Jr. versus 42-year-old Jeff Cobb?
This match should be good though. I mean, this match
should be really good. I will say the New Japan World TV title matches, they haven't disappointed.
For me, they're sort of a mixed bag sometimes. There's sometimes where it's like I would like.
I don't like the drama.
Yeah,
always.
I want them to be shorter sometimes.
Yeah, like let's have a 10-minute one.
Yeah,
like let's get crazy. This one should be 10 minutes. Just all out slugfest. Jeff Cobb gets caught, loses.
Never open weight 6-man tag team title match: Ren Narita, El Desperado, and Minoru Suzuki, Strong Style, I believe their team is called, versus Okada, Ishii, and X. And
it's now Tanahashi.
Well, Ishii has also said that if it is Tanahashi, I'm not going to be there. I'm not going to be there. I'm not going to be in the match.
Yeah, that's interesting, huh?
That's an interesting little wrinkle here.
This match is going to be capital F fantastic. Like, Okada's way of telling this story has been excellent, and now that he's going for these other titles, it's really been a lot of fun to watch. You're just gonna have a lot of great wrestlers in the ring, folks. Like, it doesn't get easier than this, right? Minoru Suzuki in a match that actually has meaning. We don't see that much anymore, so that'll be fun. El Desperado is El Desperado.
Yep.
He doesn't really turn off the gas. Ren Narita still has a lot to prove. Tomohiro Ishii, despite him being up there in age, continues to go out there and show out.
Yep.
Kazuchika Okada's Kazuchika Okada. Doesn't even matter who X was. X could have been Tomoaki Honma, and this probably would have been great. Thankfully, it's not Tomoaki Honma. It's gonna be someone else.
It could be last second change, fourth quarter change. Oh, hey, look, it's Honma.
Yeah. I would have tossed Naito in here, but
I would toss.
I actually, my pitch was Okada, Tanahashi, and Shota Umino.
That's
Past,
possible.
present, future.
That's possible.
Aces.
We've done that before. That's possible.
But they're not doing that.
No.
So, whatever. But this should be good.
Never openweight title match, Tama Tonga versus David Finlay. I feel like David Finlay's going to win here.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Analysis.
Moving on. It just feels like David Finlay, they need to certify him more, and putting a belt on him, strapping Noah makes sense to me.
Buddy, I already forgot about David Finlay.
Yeah,
it's already like
I told you. During the fucking New Japan Cup, I was like, I don't know about this guy.
I still think he's gonna be okay if his Bullet Club vision turns out to be a more vicious fighting style.
Yeah.
But I mean,
hurry up.
Yeah.
I mean, I get adding people, but you gotta start cutting some slack.
They should have did the Tama Tonga match at Genesis.
The Genesis? Yes.
Secure Genesis.
Yeah.
To me, they just waited too long.
Yeah, I can agree.
It feels like it's been a really long time since I've seen the David Finlay matches of the New Japan Cup.
Yeah.
And they were just like, oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah. I think he should.
Well, let me tell you, this Bullet Club ain't no bang bang gang. I'll tell you that right now.
I'll tell you that right now. Main event, IWGP World Heavyweight Title match, Sonata versus Hiromu Takahashi. Of course, Sonata's going to win here. There's no way Hiromu is winning.
IWGP World Champion, the best in Virginia.
Yikes.
Sonata wins.
Sonata wins, but I mean, should be good. Should be interesting. I am
Shingo or Naito for Dominion. Shingo or Naito?
Oh, Naito. They're already like teasing up with tag team matches. It's Naito for Dominion.
This should be good though. Obviously,
they don't have like another show or something in between now and Dominion. I guess the Best of Super Juniors finals, but that's not.
Have we ever seen Sonata versus Hiromu?
I don't
in any form.
Think so. I don't imagine a scenario where they could have been. Maybe a New Japan Cup, but I don't think they did. I'm trying to think.
Makes this a bit interesting.
Yeah, could be a first time matchup. Could easily be a
Sonata wrestled in GLEAT last year. He did.
What? What? So there's this. So there's this show. Then you have Strong Resurgence, and then Dominion. There is a chance Sonata wrestles on Strong Resurgence. There's a chance that's for Shingo. And then you do Hiromu, Shingo.
I don't think he's been announced for. I don't think he's on it.
I don't think so either. But
they're doing the Osprey Tanahashi match there.
Oh yeah. But you can do it. You can do it.
Why and you're doing Mercedes Moné.
Why
2 matches?
Why not have your world champion down on the poster? Who cares? It's Sonata.
That poster's wild, by the way.
The poster,
the Resurgence poster.
If you told me about that poster 5 years ago, I'd have said, "Excuse me, sir."
God.
Get out of here.
Well, hey, hang on now. What?
Hold your goddamn horses.
So funny that she's like their biggest star. She is their new. People are gonna be like, "What?" She's their new Omega in terms of U.S. popularity. So that's why they're just like, yeah, we need to. Her dates probably from like for now on until they like can pay her more money.
Yeah,
are just gonna be these U.S. shows, just to pop a big number for them, and I think that's hilarious, and I really respect it.
Yeah. Hey, do your thing. Do your thing. Get that money.
Yeah. Monet, I believe.
Get that Monet.
All right, let's stop recording. Goodbye.
Yeah. We gotta go. Thank you everybody for listening to this week's episode of Ring Post Radio. Thank you so much for watching. Apologies for the power outage, but that was not planned. It might have been Gato turning out the lights. I don't know. Or not Gato. No. Jado? No. Gato? Who's the fucking Dick Togo? That's who I'm thinking of. It might have been Dick Togo turning out the lights. So everybody, thank you so much for listening to this week's episode of Ring Post Radio. We'll be back next week for an all-new episode. You can follow us on Twitter at Ryan Knightsey, at Scott E. Wrestling, at CountUpPods, the whole show. Subscribe to the podcast feed wherever you get podcasts, Spotify, Apple Podcast app, Google Play Store, wherever you get podcasts, subscribe to it. Make sure to get the audio versions of the show and listen to our bonus episode of us doing a mock WB draft and talking in depth about the new World Heavyweight title belt, the third one, the Consolation Prize in WWE. You were not listening to this at 1.5 speed. I'm just talking this quickly. Scotty, anything to plug?
Yeah. I already forgot. I had something legitimate to plug.
He wasn't ready,
Me,
folks. He wasn't ready for the
me,
draw.
me and Trent should have a Stardom Road up on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna be talking Hana Kimura for the next 3 episodes. So
Very excited about that.
if that's something that interests you, then that's definitely something to check out. I had something else to plug. It's gone. So
What's your match of the week?
match of the week from everything we didn't talk about. Oh boy, I watched something old that I liked. Give me a second. When I say old, I mean it just didn't happen recently.
Last year. When I mean something old, I saw it
No,
last
no,
year.
not last year. It was earlier this year. But I don't know. I guess it wasn't that
Great.
important. This is great content. Everyone, you're welcome.
It's not like we do this segment every week.
I love Swerve and Nick Lane. There we go.
Oh yeah, you and I both watched that. That was a good match. That was a good.
Yeah,
That was a good match. Was there
of the
anything?
week. That's what I was like. What did I watch this week that was older that I liked? There we go.
I went 4 1/4 on that one.
They're so good together. Listen, Tony Khan, listen to me. I know you're listening to this podcast, obviously.
Big fan.
Listen to me right now. If you watch Swerve and Defy, and you don't walk away saying this is what my main event heel should be like, then I don't know what's wrong with you. But you should lose the book tomorrow.
Well, ... I'll also pick a match from Defy, and I'll pick, and I know a match that you probably were okay on. I don't even know if you watched it. Cody Chun versus Michael Oku. I thought that was a really good match. I think
your ass I didn't watch it.
I know. I think Cody Chun has a lot of like Ricky Steamboat energy to me. And I think him and Guillermo Rosas of C4 are a good tag team. And I think it's just a matter of time for them to break out. And that's why at the top of the show, bring it all the way back to the top of the show, very excited to watch their match from Prestige Wrestling from Roseland. Because I've been thinking to myself that C4 and Midnight Heat both need a breakout match. And I really hope that this is a breakout match for them. Because I think it's just a matter of time before they get some sort of call up, C4 and Midnight Heat.
You said Ricky Steamboat. I heard Ricky Starks.
Tomato,
like sick.
Tomato, I guess.
Not at all.
Not at all. That is it for this week's episode of Ring Post Radio. We'll be back next week for an all new episode. Until then, thank you everybody for